With the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1 between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Looking to throw right away, Pickett. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. A first carry for the second-year man. It's Najee Harris. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now Pickett. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
On 1, ready?
Burrow will throw. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1. A lot more to go. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow. Open receiver. That's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
In Hayden Hurst's only year as the unquestioned starter, he had 571 yards and 6 touchdowns for Atlanta. The Bengals, they remembered him when he was a player with the Baltimore Ravens and liked his game. So when they needed a new starter, he was their choice, and he gets him a first down here.
Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground, mix it again. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 16. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll drop. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Harris running straight ahead. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Pickett sets up play action. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Pickett back to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
11 mighty.
They go play action with Burrow. On the move to his left. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Burrow looking to pass. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He's got his man on the crossing route. This is Higgins. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point.
11. Stop.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here we go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll go with the option, coming right. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Out to the flat here for Johnson. Touchdown! Ty Johnson, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bengals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Pickett to throw on 1st down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson. Credit him with his sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Pickett. He's got this to Pickens. 20. And he's going to be taken out of bounds, but not before he gets this all the way down to the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hilton. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for the Bengals team. That's one thing to get the interception, and it was a great play, but then you saw how quickly all of his teammates, Charles, turned to find blocks, made sure they had space for him to make the house call.
And not only did they turn and find the blocks, none of them come from behind, brought someone in the back. This play is going to stand. And how about what we see each and every week now? When the defenders make a big play, there's always a group celebration after the takeaway.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hole.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys, because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
They hand this off to Harris. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 22 yards there, a first down. First and 10, here's Pickett. Got an open man, it's Pickens. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a first and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. On the give, this is Harris. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Again, it's Harris. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Pick it now, third and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Boswell's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A gain of 32 that time.
They went with the ever-popular RPO on that play, but they often tell their receivers, as soon as you get the ball, you've got to be like a punt return. You've got to make the first guy miss on your own, because if you do, big plays like that can result. He went a long way before they caught him.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling, helping to an okay game.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They'll get 34 yards there.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Here's Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. Pickett now on 1st down. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Johnson to return it. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
11.
From midfield now, Burrow. And again, that's Hurst. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
This is caught. It's Boyd. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They've moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up for the 1st and goal.
Throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Here we go.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. And Burrow going to throw again. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bengals are able to add on to their 1st half lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this 1st half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get it to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On second down, this is Harris. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on the way to a lopsided victory.
11. Stop.
Back to Mixon on first down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Here we go. 11 MP. 12.
Burrow will throw. He will find his man Chase complete. Touchdown Bengals. Jamar Chase. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are pouring it on. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Pickett will look to throw it here. And that will be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Johnson on the return. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Burrow on play action. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
11.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Chase. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 33. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
12. 11, Thomas.
Here's Chase now on the jet sweep. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Here we go.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Stop.
Running left, it's Mixon. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 83 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Get set.
Johnson is going backwards here, all the way back to the 5-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I don't know if there's any other way to put it, but that play was blown up right from the snap. How about the guys on the defensive side of the ball? It's almost like they were in the offensive huddle.
It's one thing to stand them up from that 1-yard line. Pushing them back to the 5, though. Wow.
Yeah, I like what you just said there. Not just stand them up, but end up making a play on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. The quick throw by Burrow is complete. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
So taking a risk here early in the new year. They're going to go for it. And Burrow going to keep it himself. Trying to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Steeler defense will celebrate the goal line stand. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Pickett. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the 1st round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the 1st round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top role, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
Now Pickett on 4th down. Quick completion here to Johnson. And he is going to have the Steelers' 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. They'll run with Harris. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. Here's Pickett. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. Going across the formation, he finds Freiermuth. And he is going to have the Steelers' 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Dialing up another pass here. Pickett. Wisely will throw that one away.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. From the gun, here's Pickett. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They run for it with Harris. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee you he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Pickett. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Nixon. And some room to run now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 109 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking...
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bengals are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just added on to that big lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To the air on first down with Pickett. It's complete to Watt. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Looking to throw again on second down. Pickett. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Pickett right back to the air again. And he's got it. And in for the Steelers touchdown. George Pickens with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter and now can really take some time off the clock. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel. It's
not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The Bengals bring out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
He's going to let it fly.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Trying to pick it and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Bengals grab it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely.
One, ready?
And they'll indeed take a knee.
On 1, ready?
And they will take a knee here.
Here we go.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Now, this was not just the opener of the brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both.